It was a story that shocked the country, and now there is a new chapter that is equally as disturbing. For the first time, three of the Turpin siblings are speaking out to ABC News, not just about the horrific abuse they say they suffered at the hands of their own parents, but what they claim happened next inside the foster care system that was supposed to protect them. You probably remember the story. 13 siblings were held captive for years inside their family home, starved, beaten, denied medical care and education, sometimes chained or tied to beds, living in absolute filth. One of the siblings was so severely emaciated he could barely walk. Another says she cried at night and begged to die. The abuse only came to light after a 17-year-old sister was able to escape through a window and call 911, and their rescue became a national story. Their parents later pleaded guilty to multiple counts, including torture and false imprisonment. They were sentenced to 25 years to life. The children, they entered then the foster care system, hoping for safety. We all thought that was the end of the story. But now the siblings claim they experienced even more trauma in their new home. Their former foster parents, they have since pleaded guilty to child endangerment and other charges. And then the siblings sued Riverside County and the private agency that placed them in that foster home, claiming warnings were missed and red flags were ignored. Now, the county says that reforms have been made, new training is in place, they're committed to making sure this never happens again. Yeah, the agency says there were no complaints while the children were in their care. But tonight we're asking, how did the system fail so many times? What needs to change so the next child doesn't fall through the cracks? I'm joined right now by the attorney for two of those Turpin children, Elan Zektser. Thank you so much for taking the time. What do your clients allege happened in the foster care? What exactly do they say was
Jesse, thanks for having me here today. I could tell you dozens, if not hundreds of signs were missed by ChildNet, by CPS, and by the county of Riverside. You see, there were multiple complaints, despite what ChildNet is telling you, despite what the county is telling you regarding physical abuse and sexual abuse in that home. The individuals that were—
By the way, before the Turpin children were there?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. And I wanna let you know, and your audience know, that not only did the Olgians, these foster parents, plead guilty to child abuse or child neglect, they also pled guilty, specifically one of them, to child molest. 3 separate counts of child molest on numerous Turpin children.
And I have to understand this. I just have to understand this real quick. They settled this case, right? This lawsuit was settled, and neither the county nor the agency admitted that they did anything wrong in this. I'm confused how they justified that.
You know, I think that the county failed in their oversight of ChildNet, but the real blame here, where everybody should be looking at, is this company called ChildNet. Multiple employees inside the company were telling their boss, hey, something is wrong going on in this house. We sense that this family is here only for the money. We sense that the kids aren't doing well. The kids would tell you, if they could, that they would go to their CPS workers, they would go to their ChildNet social workers, and they would say, listen, I'm not right here. This is the worst I've ever been here. And, you know, I watched the intro of your segment, and what happened in the Turpin home with the biological parents was absolutely horrific. One of the worst abuses in the history of the United States. And I can tell you that at least one of my clients said they were abused even worse in the foster home.
That is unbelievable. That is so awful to be thinking about, because you would think the nightmare is over, and like you said, it only gets worse. When I told you in my intro that the county says reforms have been made, have they? Have you seen changes?
I have seen some changes by the county of Riverside, and I'm beginning to be impressed by them. They have more CPS workers they've hired. They're paying them more, is what we're being told. They're watching for more signs, making sure that the policies and procedures are followed. not interviewing the kids in front of the foster parents so they're scared to say anything. You see, what was happening with the Turpins were anytime they were talked to either in front of the Ring camera, where the foster parents would watch, or within earshot of the foster parents.
Yeah.
Which is just, a glutton for punishment. Because then what would happen is anytime they said anything, Jesse, they'd get beaten at home.
That is a common characteristic in a lot of these child abuse cases that I cover many times over. It's like, how can you freely speak about what's going on if they're right there? Usually there needs to be a separation. Talk to me about how your clients are doing, because 3 of the siblings, they did an ABC interview. It's incredibly brave to be speaking about this, incredibly difficult. I imagine they wanted their voice heard and speak out and raise awareness. Why did they agree to do this interview, and how are they doing?
Yeah, so let me tell you a little bit more about what was happening to give you light as to how they're doing now. In that Olgian home, that foster home, there was a ton of psychological abuse. These children were being told that nobody loved them, they would never amount to anything, and that in some instances they should just kill themselves. So fast forward to today, having to live with some of the most abusive parents of all time, and then being freed and being told, hey, you know what? Now you're going to have a chance. And then being put into that foster home where you're then told, once again, you are nothing. You will amount to nothing. Gives them a very difficult chance at life. Despite that, the Turpin children are some of the most resilient young adults and children I have ever seen, ever. And the reason why, Jesse, they wanted to go on the show, the reason why these brave young men and women wanted to speak up now is because you hit it on the head. They want to raise awareness. You know, it's really shocking and touching that that's what these young men and women and kids care about, is the other kids out there, other potential victims out there.
And if they can survive this, it might give hope to other children out there who have experienced something like that, or unfortunately maybe experienced something like this. Elan Zektser, thank you so much for taking the time. You're a great advocate for them. Lucky to have you. Thank you.
Jesse, thank you. We appreciate you.
You got it. And truly, our hearts and prayers go out to those children. What they endured was awful.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.